Hello Aquarius, Aquarius Rising and Aquarius Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting June 26th, 2017. I've got Kitty here on me, I think. Rambo was just up here. So, what I want to remind everyone about, though, at the beginning of this video, is that the pre-sale has 1 week left. The pre-sale that I've got, the pre-order sale that I've got going on for the Tarot Home Study course that I'm going to be actually publishing and getting ready for download and all that kind of stuff that goes live on the 1st of July. So if you want to take advantage of the sale, you do need to go to my website, integrativemysticism.com, and purchase your voucher. The whole thing goes live again at full price on the 1st, so just a quick reminder there, last week there. And again, it's at the same website you go for readings with me, and I've got links to that below. So what's going on with your astrology this week, Aquarius? Well, this week we've got, on Monday, Mars in Cancer, in your 6th house of work, reputation, your schedule, and all that kind of good stuff, forming a lovely trine to Neptune, currently retrograde, in your 6th house, your 2nd house of earned income and employment. And you may hear about a secret opportunity to make some kind of lateral move that could actually pay you better in the long run. This may be a way to shift your schedule, change departments, or possibly even negotiate on how to work with a different supervisor or a different boss or a different manager if that's what you've been trying to do. You may be also getting some news about new opportunities opening up at several different companies all at the same time. And if you are looking to make a quick but, subtle exit or transition, you will have the information coming to you Monday and Tuesday. On Thursday, we've got Mercury in the same area, forming an opposition, however, to Pluto, currently retrograde in your 12th house. And with Mercury in your 6th house of reputation, we're trying to get you more popular. We are trying to, get you better known, get you out of a place of obscurity. But the opposition to Pluto retrograde does indicate here, with Pluto retrograde, it's in your past, your privacy, and your hidden zone. You may actually find the nerve to come out about something that you've been keeping a secret from others for quite some time. And while it's always good to have that policy of honesty, there may be somebody who does not necessarily take that very well. Now, one of the things I would say, though, is that this looks like it's their problem, not yours. And while they will get over it, it may be something that is a little bit different than you'd expect. It's not that they have a problem with the information you're sharing, it's more like that you took so long to let them know. So what's going on with your spiritual advice? Well, for your spiritual advice, we've got the card of the Hedge Witch. Alright, this is a week, again, all about secrets, knowing what to share and what not to share. And when we look at what's been going on with the astrology, this makes a lot of sense. You will be getting secrets you can take advantage of at work that you should be keeping to yourself, and that's the thing that you've got to pay attention to with the Hedge Witch. It's more about keeping the secrets that come to you from others, but learning how to let people in with the secrets you keep about yourself. And this week you may be finding out that actually being able to stay on both sides of that line, one leg on each side, is actually going to put you in the most advantageous position. Not only does it prove trustworthiness and authenticity, but also at the same time with the Hedge Witch, you're going to be noticing that people are more likely to be more generous with information that they would not be sharing willy-nilly, because you're honest about yourself and you're able to actually keep the confidence of others. The Hedge Witch card upright can also indicate a need to pay attention to where things that are meant just for you to take advantage of are not meant to be for everyone all around you. So when people are giving you special treatment and sharing this information, again, whether it's coming through work or through school or for other things, you're not meant to go and just bring a crowd, to the next time you get together with whoever was so generous with that intel. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we took the Page of Cups, reversed. Unwanted good attention does exist, and this may be something that you have to deal with. The Page of Cups reversed can indicate a situation where we are getting a lot of good attention, a lot of nice, positive reinforcement, and also possibly even some favors and some praise, maybe even some incentives, but it's almost like we're being given a lot of goodies to do something we don't want to do anymore. And sometimes we can do that. We can build up a reputation being so good at something, but it's really hard for us to break into something new, and maybe we find that people are willing to pay us more, offer us more to do something we're tired of doing. You know, we've all been in those kinds of situations where we're trying to expand on our toolkit, you know, work on our skill set a little bit more, maybe branch into the other areas of the industry or of the craft that we're working on, but people are so hung up and attached to us being a certain way that it feels like they won't allow us to diversify. That's not necessarily the case, but with the Page of Cups reversed, you will have to be put, you know, to have that difficult decision to make, I think, about getting paid more to do the same, or, you know, try and change people's minds about what you can, can't, or should do. But make sure that you're respectful about it, because again, don't appear ungrateful. You know, we always hear about people who, you know, those celebrities out there that appear a little bit ungrateful, and I don't think they mean to. It's just that that's the world, or the reputation, or the precedent that they set that they've got to change, and you've got the same thing going on. But either way, everything seems to be working out for you, even if you are getting a star treatment that you might be a little bit tired of. For your communications with air when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, there may be an issue going on with the Nine of Wands upright, with a friend or a relative who is just too cautious, too worried, too defended to participate in some kind of group activity or some kind of you know, undertaking that is absolutely actually very beneficial to him or her. You know, sometimes with the Nine of Wands upright, we could see somebody, again, who's been burned in the past, or somebody who is just in a situation where they've become very jaded, very cynical, and very overprotective of themselves. And the Nine of Wands upright is indicating here that, you know, confronting this situation head-on or making this a lot more tense is only going to make those boundaries tighter and those walls thicker. If you're trying to actually get through and get them more comfortable being vulnerable, I think that they're going to have to watch you dip your toes in first and see that the world doesn't come to an end. You know, because with the Nine of Wands upright, a lot of the times they want to see another person go first, or at least see evidence that it's the past again is not going to repeat itself, which is a big theme this week for a lot of you elder signs. When I say elder signs, I mean the Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. A lot of you guys are having the same lessons with either yourselves or showing others that the past doesn't always repeat, even though a situation may feel familiar. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Two of Wands upright. Your challenge this week is foolproofing your communication, which can be very difficult to do, let me tell you. You know, because with the Two of Wands upright, checking to make sure people are all on the same page, you know, and making sure that we're not necessarily having people assume they know what we're talking about and do the exact opposite is very, very important. You may be trusting other people to know what you mean a bit too much, and sometimes the Two of Wands upright can indicate that. You know, because we may think that this person or these people know us very, very well. We may have set a tone or an expectation, you know, that they should be able to time their watch to our movements, right? Not always. And with the Two of Wands upright, what can happen is we have people, again, treating us in a way that they are used to, but not in the way that we are presently. And sometimes catching people up to speed can be a hard thing to do. You know, when we think about parents, when we think about partners, when we think about relatives, it's sort of, you know, sometimes they can get in a bad way of always being 3 or 4 years behind, you know, our development, you know. It doesn't matter. I mean, you know, I'm, you know, I'll be 32 this year, and, you know, and my dad still treats me like I'm 15. It's just gonna happen. That's just normal. You know, it doesn't have to be the end of the world, but it may be a frustrating challenge when you realize people, you know, with their best of intentions, their purest of intentions, may be trying to do things in your best interest, but they're kind of out of date on that information. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Death card reversed. Now, this card can indicate a need to pay attention to the balance of endings and beginnings. Whether it's an ending that is taking way too long, or endings that are happening so fast, so quickly, that it's really, you know, there's no new beginnings at all. And that can happen a lot for a lot of people when it comes to the emotions and the romantic life in general nowadays. For those of you who are single and looking, the Death card reverse can indicate, pay attention to where it seems like a person that you are seeing or starting to see either A, is not really over their past, and they're kind of still working it out while trying to start something new, or B, practically running from it because everything seems to have a, you know, that new car smell all the time. They don't really want to break anything in. And the Death card reverse can indicate a situation where both of those traits, both of those problems can be actually, a detriment when it comes to the availability to commit. And that might mean that you could be seeing somebody, whether, even though you may have the best of hopes for them, is not ready for a new commitment, or a new romantic relationship, or a new partnership, or a new equal partnership, either A, because they are still dealing with a lot of hang-ups from the past, or B, they're running from their past. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Death card reverse can indicate a similar situation, only it has nothing to do with your relationship, so much it has to do with a situation in the partnership where somebody is trying way too hard to either, again, bury the past, or hold on to it and dredge it up as much as humanly possible. This may be your partner, this may be you, or this could even be one of your children. And it looks like somebody is trying to actually do something for the sake of their own healing, their own therapy, their own catharsis, but they may be doing it a bit too desperately. And we may have to do a bit of a check-in to be like, look, are you really over this situation? Your partner, again, it may not be between you and your partner. This could be something you're observing your partner doing with a friend, or a family member, or, or one of your children doing with a romantic relationship of their own. But we may need to check in to see where this is actually more of a red flag than a step in the right direction. So that is your horoscope, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.